Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's TPM5 with another NBA trade related video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about a potential deal that involves OG Anunoby heading to the Memphis Grizzlies, go through a mock trade just about now, and then also give you some reasons for how and why a deal could happen, and then break it down for each side. So as you guys can see, the Memphis Grizzlies would be acquiring OG Anunoby and a second round draft pick in 2026 just to make up for their lack of a first round pick in that year as they send that pick to the Toronto Raptors. So 3 first round picks head to Toronto and 3 second round picks head to Toronto as well, fitting that rumored draft haul that the Raptors are looking for OG Anunoby of at least 3 first round draft picks. Obviously, more will be said about what New Orleans are offering, but when it comes to the Memphis Grizzlies side of things, OG Anunoby is still a pretty relatively young player at the age of 25, turns 26 during the offseason, someone that can come in, shoot the ball very well, averaging 5 attempts from 3, but shooting 36.6%. So someone that can really come in and help the Memphis Grizzlies shoot from 3, something that they have been struggling with this season as they're the 7th worst 3-point shooting team in the league, shooting 34.4%. OG Anunoby is someone that comes in, fits in seamlessly, and will be able to help out, in the future. Fits in that core group of guys with Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane. He's a couple years younger than Dillon Brooks, who, as you guys saw earlier on, could be part of a potential deal. And he's also won a championship, so he has a bit of a championship pedigree and knows what it takes. I guess part of the reason you would end up moving Dillon Brooks is because he's pretty inconsistent when it comes to playing on offense. He is, and if we're going to face it from a Grizzlies perspective, he's an expiring deal which you don't know how much he's going to want. He's someone that is very inefficient from the field and could just be replaced with a better player in this situation in OG Anunoby. Now, it was reported by Chris Haynes that the New Orleans Pelicans don't want the Grizzlies to get OG Anunoby, but the Grizzlies don't want New Orleans to get OG Anunoby. So it could lead to a bit of a bidding war starting, and obviously, for a long time now, heading to a month, a lot of teams have been interested in OG Anunoby, and it's widely believed that he, would welcome a change of scenery. So yeah, just continuing on why trading for OG Anunoby makes a lot of sense for the Grizzlies. He's, under the control of the team for at least until the end of next season. Then he has a player option for the 2025 season. At that point, he would have developed a bit, probably more than his contract would suggest, and he would be worth what you want to pay him. He shores up that small forward spot, and in 5 years, Brooks is 32, but in 5 years, OG Anunoby's in his prime at the age of 30. He's someone, again, averaging 17 points per game this year and has shown a potential to grow and become even more of a key player. And when you factor in the fact that the Memphis Grizzlies are currently 17th in offensive rating, getting a player like him who's more consistent than Dillon Brooks paint a pretty clear picture that the Memphis Grizzlies should cash in, trade these picks they have control over, and might not be too valuable in the future for a piece that they know will fit and will really push and further their contending credentials for this season. Now, when you look at it from a Raptors perspective, you get Dillon Brooks, who's someone you'll have bird rights on, someone you'll have control over for the foreseeable future if you wanted to. He's someone who he can defend very, very well to an elite level. He's someone that you won't have to pay as much for like OG Anunoby, and he kind of keeps them in the direction of being, competitive, and is someone you can obviously, as I mentioned before, keep beyond this and have something tangible to show for the OG Anunoby trade. You get these draft picks in as well. So you downgrade, but you get all these picks in, and then when you look at it from the Zaire Williams perspective, he's a promising player. He's seen a bit of run in the playoffs for the Grizzlies, so there's something behind that. They trust him a decent level. He's not really shown much, but the team would have control over him for the next 2 to 3 years. Because from a Raptors perspective, I've seen a lot of the deals include, Danny Green's salary, and you look at it from the Raptors and you go, Danny Green's probably not someone the Raptors would want to take back in a potential deal because he's an expiring, which they'll have no real motive to bring back because of his age. So I thought that, if you bring Dillon Brooks in, he's someone that fits in with the group if they want to continue contending, and if in the background OG Anunoby has surprisingly requested a trade or been very open to it, then it gives them an option to keep some of what OG Anunoby gives them on defense. Obviously OG is the better player in this deal, but that is why the Raptors are receiving a haul of picks due to the inflated NBA trade market at the moment. Now that does do it for the video. Don't forget to comment what you thought, most importantly, and then like and subscribe if you would like to. Thank you very much. Peace out and see you next time.